Have you ever experienced a sense of confinement, a feeling of being trapped within the confines of your own existence? Perhaps, like me, you've questioned the nature of reality, pondering whether there's more to life than meets the eye. These sentiments, though often dismissed as mere fleeting thoughts, may hold deeper significance. What if I told you that many ancient traditions and philosophies suggest that our existence is akin to living in a prison, that a complex web of deception and control may be ensnaring us, challenging the conventional understandings of reality? According to Gnostic teachings, the material world, including our physical bodies, is regarded as a realm of illusion, created by a lower imperfect deity known as the Demiurge. In the Hypostasis of the Archons, which is a Gnostic text, we read this: "And they took Adam and put him in the garden that he might cultivate it and keep watch over it. And the Archons commanded him, saying, From every tree in the garden you shall eat, but from the tree of recognizing good and evil do not eat, nor touch it. For the day you eat from it, with death you are surely dying." This passage highlights the theme of imprisonment within the material realm and the imposing of restrictions by the Archons, who seek to maintain control over humanity. Gnosticism posits that true liberation can only be attained through gnosis, or spiritual knowledge, which allows individuals to transcend the limitations of the material world and reconnect with their divine origins. Central to the concept of escaping the soul trap is the understanding that our reality is governed by unseen forces, entities that have shaped the course of human history for millennia. These entities, whether described as extraterrestrial beings or high-dimensional intelligences, are believed to have manipulated human civilization to serve their own agendas. I'll be talking more on this in the near future. So, from genetic alterations to the establishment of societal structures designed to perpetuate control, their influence permeates every aspect of our existence. Plato, the ancient Greek philosopher, once wrote, "We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light." This poignant statement reflects the idea that humanity's greatest fear lies not in the unknown darkness, but in the blinding truth of our own divine nature. We are incapacitated by this fear, this terror of facing reality, which is an existence obscured by deception and illusion, brought about by archonic interference. To illustrate this concept, consider the allegory of the cave from Plato's Republic. In this story, prisoners are chained inside a cave, facing a blank wall upon which shadows are projected by objects passing in front of a fire which lies behind them. These prisoners mistake the shadows for reality, unaware of the true nature of the world beyond the cave. Similarly, humanity finds itself ensnared within the confines of the material realm, captivated by the illusions of the senses and oblivious to the higher truths that lie beyond. But perhaps the most insidious aspect of the soul trap lies in its ability to deceive us into perpetuating our own enslavement. Through the guise of spiritual teachings and societal norms, we are led to believe that our experiences in this life are part of a greater cosmic plan, a cycle of reincarnation intended to facilitate spiritual growth. I believed that this at one time, in the not too distant past. Yet upon closer examination, I believe this narrative reveals itself to be a carefully crafted illusion, designed to keep us bound to this reality indefinitely. It is only by awakening to the truth of our existence, by breaking free from the chains of our own ignorance, that we can hope to escape the prison of the flesh and reclaim our divine birthright, as beings of light. So join me today as I look at Gnosticism from my perspective. I'm the Grumpy Grandpa. In our modern era, the mechanisms of the soul trap have evolved alongside advancements in technology, presenting new challenges to those seeking liberation from the prison we find ourselves in. The proliferation of digital technologies, from social media platforms to artificial intelligence, has ushered in an era of unprecedented connectivity and control. While these technologies offer unparalleled convenience and access to information, they also serve as potent tools of manipulation and surveillance, further entrenching us within the confines of the soul trap. The emergence of the digital age has given rise to a new form of imprisonment, one in which our thoughts, behaviors, and even our identities are commodified and exploited for profit. Social media algorithms, for example, are designed to curate our online experiences based on data collected from our browsing habits, preferences, and interactions. In so doing, they create echo chambers of information that reinforce existing beliefs and perspectives, making it increasingly difficult to break free from the confines of our own ideological bubbles. Moreover, the integration of technology into every aspect of our lives has blurred the boundaries between the physical and virtual realms, further obscuring the true nature of our existence. Our reality simulations, augmented reality experiences, and immersive gaming environments offer tantalizing escapes from the monotony of everyday life. But they also serve as digital prisons, trapping us within artificial constructs designed to distract and pacify our consciousness. As we become increasingly reliant on technology to navigate the complexities of modern existence, we unwittingly surrender our autonomy and activity to unseen forces that seek to control our thoughts and actions. I've been reading a very interesting book on schizophrenia and the voices affecting schizophrenics. It appears these voices might be real. More on that in a later video. In this digital age, the soul trap takes on new dimensions, ensnaring us within a labyrinth of ones and zeros, where freedom is but a distant memory. The concept of reincarnation, often presented as a fundamental tenet of spiritual growth and evolution, plays a pivotal role in perpetuating the soul trap. Across various religious and philosophical traditions, the notion of cyclic rebirth is deeply ingrained, with individuals taught to believe that they must undergo multiple lifetimes to fulfill karmic obligations and attain spiritual enlightenment. But, as I have already intimated, upon closer examination, this narrative reveals itself to be a cunning deception, one that serves to keep humanity ensnared within the confines of the material realm. Ancient wisdom traditions such as Hinduism and Buddhism embrace the idea of samsara, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, driven by the accumulation of karmic debt. According to these teachings, individuals are bound to the wheel of samsara until they achieve moksha or nirvana, a state of liberation from the cycle of reincarnation. Now, while the pursuit of spiritual liberation is indeed noble, the belief in reincarnation as a necessary step on the path to enlightenment serves only to perpetuate the illusion of separation and suffering, further entrenching us within the soul trap. Additionally, those who seek to maintain power and authority over others often use the concept of reincarnation as a learning cycle to control them. These institutions, spiritual gurus, and New Age practitioners alike wield the promise of future lifetimes as a means of instilling fear and obedience in their followers, by convincing individuals that they must adhere to specific doctrines or perform certain rituals to avoid unfavorable rebirths. These authorities effectively perpetuate the cycle of servitude and submission. The idea of reincarnation as a tool for spiritual evolution is a clever ruse, a carefully crafted illusion designed to keep humanity trapped within the confines of the material realm. True liberation lies not in the endless cycle of birth and rebirth, but in the realization of our inherent divinity and the rejection of the false narratives that seek to imprison us. To transcend the soul trap and reclaim our rightful place as sovereign beings, we must break free from the reincarnation cycle. The journey towards liberation from the soul trap is one of profound self-discovery and empowerment. It begins with the recognition that we are not merely physical beings, confined to the limitations of our bodies, but infinite expressions of consciousness within the power to transcend the illusions of the material realm. This realization serves as the catalyst for our liberation, igniting a flame of inner knowing that guides us on the path towards freedom. As we awaken to our true nature as sovereign beings of light, we reclaim our inherent power and authority over our own destinies. No longer bound by the dictates of external authorities or the constraints of societal norms, we chart our own course through the vast expanse of existence, guided by the wisdom of our inner selves. Using this inner guidance, we can navigate the complexities of soul traps with a greater awareness and understanding. Central to the process of liberation is the cultivation of discernment, the ability to distinguish truth from illusion, wisdom from deception. In a world shrouded in darkness and deceit, discernment acts as a shield, protecting us from the myriad traps and snares that seek to entangle our consciousness. By honing our discernment, we become adept at navigating the treacherous waters of the soul trap, avoiding pitfalls and hazards that would otherwise hinder our progress towards liberation. Furthermore, the journey towards emancipation requires courage and resilience in the face of adversity. As we confront the illusions of the material realm and dismantle the structures of control that seek to bind us, we will encounter resistance and opposition from those who seek to maintain the status quo. Yet it is through these trials and tribulations that we strengthen our resolve and reaffirm our commitment to freedom. With each obstacle overcome, we move closer towards the ultimate goal of liberation, an aspiration that is as noble as it is attainable. In the words of philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, the individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe. If you attempt this path of emancipation, you will be often lonely and sometimes frightened, but no price is too high to pay for the privilege of owning yourself. This profound idea encapsulates the essence of liberation, that the pursuit of freedom is a journey fraught with challenges and uncertainties, yet one that ultimately leads to the realization of our true potential as sovereign beings of light.